Hello, everyone. I'm still on my travels in Indonesia for work, but I just wanted to do a quick video talking about learning Spanish, as that's been a key part of my plans for going away, moving to Argentina. So I started off about a year and a half ago, learning on Duolingo, like a lot of people, because it's free and it gamifies learning as well. So it makes it quite fun. You get experience points for completing lessons, and you compete on a leaderboard. So I've done that most days. You get like a daily streak if you do it every day, and I've kept that up for about a year and a half, and I've really enjoyed it. But about 4 months ago, I realised that I needed a bit more. I was only going to get to a certain level with Duolingo. My main criticism of Duolingo is it isn't, or it doesn't give you that many opportunities to speak in the language. You do a bit of speaking, but it's pretty limited, and as that's such a key part of learning a language, it's a bit of a limitation. The other kind of criticism I have of it is that there's a fair amount of listening of the language that you do, but it's still pretty slow. After a year and a half, it's still the lessons are still quite slow. The speed of speaking Spanish. If you listen to a podcast or watch a film in Spanish, it's way faster, and native level is going to be a lot quicker. So 4 months ago, I realised I need to do a bit more than just Duolingo. And I wanted to learn particularly Argentinian Spanish, because obviously there's slightly different ways of pronouncing sounds in Argentinian Spanish to other parts of the world that speak Spanish. And there's also certain words and phrases that they'll use, which are more just used in Argentina rather than other places. So can hear the train in the background. So I went on a website called Preply or Preply. No one really knows how to say the name of the company, but I found a fantastic Argentinian tutor called Amelia, and I've been having 2 lessons a week online with her for the last about 4 months. And yeah, she's fantastic, very patient, super helpful, is very experienced, knows exactly what she's doing, and I'll put a link to her profile in the description. But that's been really good. It's challenged me a lot further. I think with Duolingo, it's quite easy to fall into a bit of a pattern of your comfort zone of just, I'll do this many classes per day, and it's all very kind of easy, and you're not being challenged when you get past a certain point with it. Whereas this is super challenging, doing the online lessons, and it's like, this is real. This is actually trying to speak Spanish. This isn't like your safe Duolingo world. So I'm really pleased with that decision. I would recommend that to anyone who wants to learn the language of the country they're going to. And I'm at a stage now where I really just need to put more effort in, really. I've done things like, listening to podcasts on the way to work and watching, films in, Argentinian films and things like that, and hoping that it will kind of wash over me, and I can almost learn things in a slightly passive way of trying to surround myself by it. Actually, you need to just be an active learner as well. You can't just listen to stuff now and again and hope that it's just going to somehow seep into your brain. I really need to put more effort in. At the moment, I get homework before each of my 2 lessons a week, and I do that, but I often just do it kind of the night before the lesson, or just before I do the lesson. And then I'm quite bad at reviewing the lesson myself afterwards. And when I have done that, I found it really helpful, and it makes things stick in your memory much better. I've been quite bad at doing that recently. So it's just putting the hours in, really, and not just passively. Really challenging yourself to remember things and do, and it makes your brain hurt when when you're really pushing yourself. But that's what you need to do. Get yourself into the zone where you're really soaking it up, and you actually remember things, and you don't just do a lesson and then forget what you've learned. So that's the stage I'm at now. Just actually to go backwards a bit of background about why I'm so keen on doing that is that speaking to people who have moved abroad to teach English, I often get the sense that they came back after, say, a year doing that because they didn't really have any language skills when they went out there, and there's that sense of being an outsider, of not really being able to integrate with the country you've moved to and the people who live there, the native people. And I wanted to try and reduce that feeling. I think it's realistic to say that you'll be an outsider in a country for a long time if you're not from that country, and especially if your language skills aren't at a native level. But I wanted to try and reduce that impact as much as possible, because communication is, completely human. It's the main way we make connections. It's key to our well-being, is to chat to people and get on with them and make connections. And so that's why I was so keen to get to a decent level of Spanish before I went. But yeah, I've got about how many months? About 4 months now to get a lot better, and I need to put a lot more effort in. So I'll do another video updating you on how I'm doing, but that's kind of my experience so far. And yeah, if I went now, I would not be in a good place. So it's going to make or break over the next few months about whether I can really become confident in Spanish, and Argentinian Spanish particularly. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.